Welcome back to Talking Lead. This is episode 13. How's it going, Left Hand?
Hey, bud. How are you?
I'm doing well. We are on location again at the
We're in a hidden location, aren't we?
hidden lair, the secret lair of our guest, which we'll announce here in a minute. So what'd you do this week when it comes to firearms?
Man, I did a lot of different things. Did some cleaning, did a little maintenance on my guns. Actually, a couple of friends, people like the way I clean guns, so that's a curse, I guess.
What do they like about the way you clean guns?
Well, probably because I do it and I don't charge them.
Okay.
I enjoy cleaning guns, you know. I've told you before. That's one of the relaxing things that I do. Got a couple of neat ones, and I brought them tonight, too.
Nice.
To let you look at them. One's a really old classic, so we'll pull it out later and let you look at that.
The gun.
Just did a little maintenance on the guns. Did a little research on a couple of other guns that I'm looking into purchasing. If
Those are
come to
surprises when you get 'em.
fruition, then we'll definitely announce those. My little secret project that I've been working on, we're a couple of steps closer on that as well.
Nice.
Got a couple of more meetings set up with that, so
Okay.
that's moving right along.
You said you were going to go see if they had that 300 blackout.
Yeah, I was been looking for 300. That's one of the ones I've been researching. I definitely want to get a 300 blackout. So if anybody's got a good lead on a good deal on a 300 blackout in the AR platform, shoot me a Facebook thingy. What are they called? Post?
Message.
Message? I don't know. Tweeters, twits, and I don't know what they're all called. So Facebook me. How about that?
There you go.
At our Talking Lead Facebook page.
Or you can email us.
Email us
talkingled@gmail.com.
Yeah, from our website. Many different ways to get in touch with us. So, what about you, my friend? What did you do?
Went after some advertisers. Started briefly
I've
going
seen
after
that. I've seen that.
So if you have a business out there and you'd like to advertise on Talking Lead, send us a message at talkingled@gmail.com.
You make us sound desperate, dude.
We're not desperate. We're not desperate at all. It'd just be nice to be able to do this for a living.
So we've got a couple of people lined up to do some advertising with us.
And we're trying to get that clothing line going.
Speaking of which, yeah, TG Promotions.
Yes.
Got our clothing line set up.
Thank you so much. You can check them out, tgpromotions.net, not .com. Just remember it's tgpromotions.net. And you can go to our website and go to the store section and click on that, and you'll be able to see all the
Got
offerings.
some pretty
we
good
have.
selections up there right now.
We do.
And
And
we need to get
remember,
some summer stuff up. I talked to a person over there at TG Promotions, and they're going to look into getting us some more selection.
Nice.
A little bigger than what we got. Of course, we just started it, so
Right.
we're just kind of
this is kind of a dry run, a soft launch.
testing
And
the water. So
that's
to
one of the
speak.
reasons when you go on there, I had a couple of people ask, why isn't the logo on the items? We're not going to be able to show the logo on the items until you order them, and then they come in and they take a picture, and then they'll put that on there. But if you see on our Facebook post for it, you see where it's been embroidered, and you can kind of get an idea of what it's going to look like. A couple of them, like the camo stuff, you'll have the option of either doing one color or the Hunter's Orange logo on the camo, and then the camouflage hat, you can either have the full color logo or
Well,
all
I've
black.
also requested we get a black hat also.
Yeah.
So they're going to be putting that up also.
Yeah, so it'll be really cool. So we've been doing that. Now for the surprise, I kind of told you I was wanting to surprise you with. I'm not going to say who yet because it's not in concrete, but we were offered the opportunity to go to a sniper training school this summer.
Shut up!
Yes. We are going to go to a sniper training school.
Like military?
Yeah. Well, it's military level. It's not actually with the military, but it's
Yeah.
military level. And we're going to get to go. We'll do some promotions for them, be a part of that. It's going to be really fun.
Cool.
So that was another.
So I need to go get a ghillie suit?
Oh, I wonder if we get to wear ghillie suits.
Ghillied up.
That'd be awesome.
Ghillie up.
Another thing I want to
Sweet.
kind of mention, we saw, and everybody got really excited, that the assault weapons part of the gun bill was dropped. Don't get too excited, though, because here's the thing I read today. The assault weapons ban from 1994 happened in the exact same way. They had a ban that was part of the bill. In 93, they withdrew the ban part from the bill. They added it as an amendment in 94, and that's how it got
Because
put
they
in.
didn't. Because everybody thought it was done and over with.
And
they
they-
rested on the fact that they
Right.
didn't go through the first time. So everybody still, you have to contact your senators, your representatives,
Keep
and
it going.
Keep it going. Don't stop.
Don't relax, because that's when they'll get you.
That's right.
Let's go ahead and announce our guest today. Our special guest, we're hidden in his secret lair, is 22 Plinkster.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Doing very well. What'd you do with guns this week?
Well, I didn't do a whole lot because I work during the week, of course. Not to say that you guys don't work or anything, but I have a job.
Well, we didn't do much, as you just heard, so. With guns anyway.
I work about 12 hours a day and get home.
You call that work?
Well, yeah, and get home with the kids, and I didn't have a lot to do, but I did do some cleaning this week, and I did some inventory. So it's been a while since I did some ammo inventory.
Nice.
So
well, it's nice that you have enough to be able to inventory, isn't it?
So did you cry afterwards? Or
No, I was finding ammo everywhere.
That's awesome.
I was like, I didn't know I had that ammo. Didn't know that I had that ammo. So it worked out pretty good. So I have more ammo than what I thought I had. So.
And if those of you who don't know who 22 Plinkster is, just go to YouTube, type in the number 22, Plinkster, and you'll see his videos. He's a 22 trick shooter.
Yeah.
Some pretty cool stuff on there. Yeah, we'll very much enjoy that.
Did you come up with the name yourself, or did somebody tag you with that?
Well, I actually came up with it myself, but it was all by accident. I was supposed to be 22 Plinker on YouTube, but that name was taken. So I became 22 Plinkster as my second option. So that's how I came up with the name.
That's got a better ring to it anyway.
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's what people tell me, but no.
My wife likes Plinky.
Yeah, yeah, she called me Plinky.
Plinky.
Yeah, Plinky. So
I don't think we'll.
Yeah, so
we won't keep that one going.
It's not very manly, but we'll just call me Plinkster. We'll go with that.
The ladies may like that though. The ladies, man. So that other guy, have you checked into his YouTube site? Has he got anything going on? The 22 Plinker?
I don't think he exists anymore.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. It's been probably a year.
Wait a minute. Did you take care of him?
No. Okay. So no.
He just kind of disappeared.
I guess I don't know. He may not have any
videos. Was he a trick shooter?
Could have been. I have no idea. He probably.
Point being is you've made him obsolete now, and 22 Plinkster.
I wouldn't go that far, but it's kind of crazy how everything's worked out. But I don't know what happened to that guy. I don't know if that channel's even active or not. So I've got this one.
But the
now,
fact is, yours is active.
Yeah, it's very active.
It's very active. You've got quite a following.
Yes. I wake up every morning and I look at the numbers, and it still blows me away that close to 40,000 people actually waste their time and watch my stuff, every week. So very blessed in that aspect.
It's better that they watch that than Dr. Phil or some trash like that.
This is true, or The Bachelorette.
Hey, wait a minute.
What's wrong with The Bachelorette?
Listen, I don't force my wife to watch my videos, and she doesn't force me to watch The Bachelorette. So it's an agreement that we have.
Yeah.
So.
And Left Hand and I do not like The Bachelorette.
That's not what I heard.
I don't even have TV, so.
That's true.
Really?
He's a hermit.
Well, I don't watch TV.
No,
so
I have a
YouTube.
TV, but I don't have cable. I don't watch mainstream stuff. So
I don't think I'd have TV if it wasn't for my kids. So my kids watch, their little kiddie shows. My wife watches her shows and stuff. I don't watch TV. People ask me what my favorite show is. I watched 24. When 24 came out, Jack Bauer, and all that good stuff. I watched that. That was the last.
I'm still saving that one. I do Netflix. So
still saving it?
Yeah, it's on my list to get to. I just got through the X-Files last year.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it took me 2 years to watch. How many
X-Files
years
ended 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Something like that?
See, and I thought it was odd that Zeke
I watched
said...
it off and on when I was younger, but I never got into it.
Yeah, see, I thought it was odd the other day that Zeke said that you just found Andy Griffith for the first time. So,
No, Andy Griffith was my mainstay.
Oh, man, I love some
The Lone Ranger and Andy Griffith.
Yeah, even though he didn't carry a gun,
Mayberry
but that's okay.
RFD, yeah.
He didn't carry a gun?
No, Andy didn't.
Barney had one bullet.
Yeah, anytime an escaped convict got out or something like that, that's when Andy would grab the rifle. The Winchester 94 or whatever it was, and went out and looked for the bad guy. But no, he didn't.
He'd always talk him down, though. He'd never have to use it.
He would.
Yeah.
So
he'd just walk up with his hands in his pocket and just kind of...
Usually a moonshiner or something.
Is he still alive?
No, Andy passed away.
It was like a couple of years ago. It wasn't long ago.
A couple years ago.
What about Barney?
Barney's passed too also.
Has he?
Don Knotts.
Yeah, Don Knotts.
He may have been the last one to pass away.
Gomer's passed.
Yeah, he was one of the first to pass, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Surprise!
What was the name of the Otis Campbell?
Otis?
Mm-hmm. Was that his real name? That wasn't.
I don't know his real name. I have no idea what his real name.
Actually, he was a preacher.
Was he really?
Yeah, I heard he was actually a preacher. I don't know if that's
Wow.
true or not, but I actually heard that he was a preacher and he played a drunk on Andy Griffith.
he played a good drunk, too.
Yes, he
was
did.
very convincing. He's probably one of my favorite characters.
Yes.
Him and, who's that hillbilly that came off the hill?
The Darlings.
The Darlings, but who was
Yeah.
that guy who liked the Darlings' daughter?
Oh,
And
was it Charlene Darling was the
Charlene, and then what was his name?
The one that was always in jail.
No,
They
he
would-
was a troublemaker.
Yeah.
he would come
No,
down and
Ernest T.
Ernest T.
Ernest T.
Ernest T. It's me. It's me.
Yeah.
It's Ernest T.
It's me. It's
Yeah.
me. Ernest T. Yeah. He was hilarious.
As far as corrections from last week go, we
you
had
cutting
a
us off,
couple-
Andy Griffith?
Yeah, man.
Dude.
As far as corrections from last week go, we got a couple of them. A listener checked in with us and said, make sure you check your local and state laws when it comes to the knives in airports. In Tennessee, it was just a misdemeanor
What's that?
to carry a knife in the airport. You lose your knife.
No, it depends
They
on
confiscate
the
it.
size and.
But I mean, if it was
whatever.
if it was under the 4 inches, they confiscated or something. Anyways, it wasn't as bad. This guy was saying that in his state, it was a felony to even carry.
Yeah,
it into
I mean,
the
it
airport,
goes
so-
it goes without saying.
Yeah.
Check your state, local and state laws and regulations. We're in Tennessee, and by
It's going
default,
to be different.
We're going to be talking about what applies to us. So.
Yeah. Also, as far as our knife laws in Tennessee, they're actually going to be getting better. Another listener sent us a message, said he just listened to the podcast, and the current knife laws look to be changing very soon in Tennessee. The State Bill SB 1015 and Tennessee House Bill 0581 would repeal previous laws and allow knives in excess of 4 inches to be carried. Additionally, switchblades would be allowed for those that choose. Both bills are facing little opposition, so it looks favorable for
So
Tennessee
I can
to get
carry
those.
a sword.
Yeah,
would
see,
be
that's
awesome.
what I don't understand. You can carry a gun, but you can't carry a knife over 4 inches.
Yeah, I've never understood
I
it.
don't understand
Well, and then
that.
we found out last week that this knife is illegal. It's a switchblade.
Considered a switchblade.
If what their test is they open it like this, and if they let go and
Or-
it goes open,
See that right there?
they said inertia counts
That
as a
right there.
switchblade.
I thought it was
also-
something that came out of the top. It was considered a switchblade.
Not by the word of the law,
Okay.
If it
but
if it
it
can
looks
be
like it's going to
assisted-
change. So
Yeah, if it could be assisted, opened.
unless you have a rape
Other than
whistle
just doing
on
that.
your knife, if you have a rape whistle on your knife, I think you're illegal no matter what.
You
Or
have
a
a-
flashlight.
you have a
Because now
whistle
this,
and a
This
flashlight.
can
He
be
has a rape
considered a
whistle.
rescue device, rescue tool. So when he said it,
If it's for safety.
if you're questioned by a law official, even if it's his, then you never say that you have it for your protection
Because then it's for the reason of going armed.
Yes.
it's for the reason of going armed. But if you say it's for survival or safety or something like that, then you're okay.
Skinning a deer, whatever.
Skinning a deer. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But rescue,
when I
it's a
carry my-
rescue knife.
So when I carry my samurai
Tool.
sword,
You say tool, don't say knife.
It's
you say
for
rescue
safety.
Tool.
Yeah.
when I carry my samurai sword, I'm going to say it's to cut seatbelts off if I go underwater. Oh,
Wow.
there's the rape whistle.
There's
Yes.
my rape whistle.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard
this
that.
is a rape prevention tool for me.
I carry a 357 SIG.
Because the ladies.
That one's a little bit better.
Yeah.
As far as the guns and trunks bill, it did get signed by the governor since we had the last show.
Yes, it
So
is
it
now
will be
law.
July 1st. The law will go into place.
Yep.
But we were wrong on one thing.
Yes,
we
I'm
thought,
just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill.
hopefully some of our
Schoolhouse
listeners.
Rocks,
Oh, I
baby.
remember it. He'd
Yeah.
sit up there and he was all sad.
All sad because he was just a bill.
Oh, as far as the guns and trunks bill, we had stated that the employers would still be able to punish the employees if the gun was found
Punish
stored
them?
in the car.
Are they gonna-
But fire them or what have you,
In-school
there would be
suspension?
repercussions for having them. But come to find out, no, they will not be allowed to fire an employee for carrying his gun stored in his car.
Are you sure about that?
Yep. I saw it in an article as soon as we get done with the show and read it, and I was like, "Ooh, I got to put that in corrections."
Well, in the state of Tennessee, it's my understanding that an employer does not have to have any reason to fire an employee.
Right. It's an at-will state.
So, he can make up something else like, hey, I don't like the socks you're wearing this morning, you're fired.
Yeah.
So,
Which stinks.
because
we're doing cutbacks.
that's my problem, with my job. Of course, I do a lot of traveling. I'm in service and everything, and I have a company vehicle, and their policy states you cannot carry in a company vehicle, and so I'm pretty much defenseless if something happens.
So you got a rack on the outside that you carry it on? Because you can't carry it inside the vehicle.
No, that would be a good idea, though, so if I can't carry it on the inside.
There's always a way to beat it. Come on.
And I go to some pretty rough places. So.
Or do you have a trailer hitch on the back?
No. I will be looking into one now. So.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking. Just joking.
Let's talk about the Jack Wagoneer of the week, and this will tie in with our special guest here. There's a lot of people out there, when they see your videos, they say, oh, fake, garbage, it's not real. The person going on the Jack Wagon train, people going on the Jack Wagon train, are all the people that think that 22 Plinkster shots are fake on those videos.
Jack Wagons.
Jack Wagons, absolutely. So
jealous. I think they're more jealous than anything.
I don't know what it is, and a lot of people could do these things that
haters.
I do. And that's the way I see it. They could do the things that I do. They just don't take the time and try or practice. And I tell everybody, of course, I don't get this stuff on the first shot. Sometimes it takes me 3, 4, 5, 6 shots to do it. But a lot of the greatest trick shooters in the world, they don't get the stuff on the first shot either. Bob Munden, I've talked to several people that's actually watched him perform live. He always did throw the aspirin in the air and shoot it with the .22 rifle, which that's not very safe in my book, but I'm not trying to speak bad about Bob Munden or anything, but they're in the desert, when they're doing those shots. But, sometimes it take him 8 or 10 tries just to hit one aspirin out of the air. So,
right.
It's not easy stuff. It's, it's called trick shooting for a reason. So, a lot of people say that they're fake. I've got my reputation on the line each and every week. I have over 100 videos at this point of trick shot, and I'm serious. It took me like 2 months just to figure out how to edit a video, on my Sony Vegas software. So I'm not too technically inclined with software or anything like that.
To figure that out than how to do
exactly. I'm not smart enough to know how to fake this stuff. Trust me. So. So I just get up and do the shot. And like I said before, a lot of people could do it if they just try it.
So the one shot, I think in particular that we're talking about was there was a distance issue. The person had a problem with the distance, but you had the camera zoomed in. Yeah, and just for instance, I uploaded a video this morning, and the camera zoomed in on the target. Well, I'm behind the target, and it only looks like I'm 5 feet away from the target, and I say in the video I'm going to back up 20 to 30 feet. Right.
Well, after I do the shot, you see me walk up to the target that I shot, and there's been like 6 or 7 people, 8, 9, 10 people comment on that video, say, hey, that's way closer than 20 feet. And I'm just like, all right, I am 6'6". Every step is 3 feet. I took 9 steps. I took 9 steps. Do the math. I can't fake the steps,
Right.
So, and I put that on there, and they're still saying, no, that's under 20 feet. I'm like, really? Are you seeing the same video that I'm watching? But it's frustrating sometimes because you can reply back to these people, but a lot of these people,
But that's just the small majority of the people.
It is. There's,
you're always going to have that no matter what you do.
You're exactly right. And, I went probably 3 months on YouTube without having my first dislike. I had like 20-something videos on there, and I didn't have a dislike on a video. I only had like 2 or 3 likes on.
That makes us awesome. We got our first dislike in 2 hours.
Yeah, so and it wasn't. It wasn't until Hickok 45 liked one of my videos, and then his whole crowd came and watched one of my videos, had no idea who I was or didn't see any of my other videos. That dude, they slammed me hard, and I learned real quick to have thick skin on YouTube. So because you're not going to please everybody, there's no way.
You're not. There's no way. Everybody's different.
Yep.
And you're doing what you enjoy, and I'm sure you got into this because you enjoyed it, and you're doing it for you.
Yeah. This is stuff that I grew up doing. Not really the pistol aspect of it. I choose the pistol to do most of my trick shots with just because it's more challenging. I could do every one of these shots that I've done with a rifle if I wanted to, but rifles are a whole lot easier to shoot. So I actually choose the pistol on purpose to do the shots. It's fun. And I grew up doing them with a rifle, but pistol just makes it so much. I just like connecting with a pistol. I love my woodsmans. I love them dearly.
Speaking of, tell us a little bit. I know you've talked about this on other shows, but give us and our listeners, just a quick history of how you got started into the trick shooting.
Well, I was about 5 years old when I shot my first .22 rifle. My dad had an old Weatherby, and he stuck up a golf ball at like 30, 40 feet. He said, shoot the ball, boy. I said,
He was
yes,
holding
sir.
it?
No, he wasn't holding it.
He holding it in his mouth.
Not that I recall. And first shot, I remember I hit that golf ball. And if any of you guys ever shot a golf ball with a 22 or with a rifle or anything like that, they just take off. I mean, they just take off. And I remember watching that ball just take off and go down in the woods. And I was hooked. And so as I got older, 22 ammo back then was cheap.
Mm-hmm.
It was real cheap. Dad used to buy a box of Federal ammo when I was younger for like $7 for a box of 550.
500,
so, and he'd buy 2 or 3 boxes, and I would shoot a box a week. And I had an old Browning lever action rifle that I used a lot, and me and my brother-in-law, which he wasn't my brother-in-law then because we were only like 12, 13, 14 years old, and best friends don't marry best friends' sisters. So if you're listening, no, I'm joking. He's still one of my best friends in the whole entire world. But we were really, really good friends before him and my sister ever dated. But we would sit in the backyard and drive nails and boards and just sit back at like 40, 50 feet with the 22s and just drive nails all day, shoot clothespins off of clotheslines, shoot flies off of clotheslines. We would challenge ourselves. There was an old barn where I lived, and there was a bunch of just old cans and everything, and we would stack those cans. And there were like hundreds of them, and we'd back up at 100 yards open sights and just play a game of horse just shooting these cans with the 22s. So,
cool.
I just grew up doing it, and I just try to challenge myself every time I go out and with something new and creative and different.
And you do more than just 22 shooting too. I mean, you love to hunt and and you use other firearms.
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't see in your EDC check, what we'll do in a minute, 22 pistol or anything.
People
Don't carry a 22 as your EDC.
No, and I'm actually going to do a video on that because, man, I get asked the question all the time, like, all right, I'm looking to buy my first pistol, and I want to get a 22 because it has a little recoil. Which one should I get for self-defense? And so I'm going to make a video on that. I'm not going to give my answer away, but you guys probably know my answer on the 22 rimfire for self-defense. But I shoot everything. I love shooting long range. I have a couple of rifles that I have customized where I can shoot up to 1,000 yards, 308s. I've got some 22 250s that are customized at 500-600 yards. They're my varmint rifles, and I own a lot of firearms. Zeke's seen a lot of my firearms. He hasn't seen them all, but I shoot everything. I shoot all kinds of handguns. I shoot all kinds of rifles. I'm not a big wing shooter. I'm not a big shotgun guy, and I own probably 10, 12 shotguns, maybe 15 shotguns because I'm a big collector. But I don't shoot a lot of shotguns. I like shooting skeet and stuff, but I don't practice. The only time I really shoot a shotgun is a turkey season, so which is in about a week.
It's coming up.
So yeah, juvenile season's this weekend, and opening is the week after. So I'm pumped up about turkey season.
Good deal.
And you don't have any law enforcement military experience, right?
No, my dad does. My dad's retired military. He was also on the drug task force for several years.
Oh, nice.
He was also reserve deputy for several years. But no, I do not. My dad taught me how to shoot, and what he didn't teach me, I kind of learned on my own.
And then we always ask about the pop culture, which you kind of already answered with the 24 answer. But do you have any other, Top Gun movie? Top Gun? Not Top Gun. But any other movie that's your tops that has to do with
it
guns?
It could be Top Gun.
Well, they have guns in there? Yeah, I think they did have a couple of guns. If you count the ones on the jet.
Yeah, those are guns.
Yeah, absolutely. Those are major guns.
Or song or whatever.
Oh, man. One of my favorite movies that we watched over and over and over again was Sniper, Tom Berenger. Oh, my goodness. I could watch that movie. Still, I could probably watch it back to back to back 3 times in a row and not get tired of it. So
even though it has Billy Zane in it,
I know, and he wears like spandex camouflage, but he throws it out the train window in one scene. So
it's still a good movie, though.
Very good, and
it is.
Have you seen the second and third one?
I've seen the second. Yeah, I have actually. I have seen.
Yeah,
I've seen both of those.
Yeah, and they're all right, but it's not it's not the first one. I think it's either the second or third one. He takes a guy
Berenger
out
comes back in the third one, right?
Yeah, he's actually Tom Berenger's actually in all 3 of them.
Is he in the second one too?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
He's actually in all 3 of them.
And from our collection dreaming episode, you answered with one of the guns from that movie.
Yeah, I think I think the one that Billy
though,
Zane uses.
Yeah. In the first one. Yeah,
in the first one is a H&K PSG-1.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's what it is. It's what it looks like to me, and somebody could tell me I'm wrong.
IMFDB was wrong because we looked at it and it said it was one thing.
Yeah.
Then we went to the HK website and identical gun was the, would you say PSG-1?
PSG-1.
Yeah, that's what it was. So IMFDB, if you're listening, fix that.
Yeah, that is my dream rifle. If I could, oh my goodness, if I could get one of those rifles, I would be a happy camper.
Well, it could be one of those manufactured things like your Mr. 40.
Oh, that's true. Is also a P99.
Is also a P99, so it could be one of those deals. But
I've heard some people, since you're such a good shot, have accused you of doing steroids.
Yes.
Can you talk to that? You want to go ahead and make a public
juicing
statement?
it, man? Are you?
A lot of
juicing
people
it?
are accusing me that I'm juicing. They see my videos and I'm about to bust out of my shirt. They think that I'm on steroids, but I'm not. Honestly, this body is all natural.
Give a pose to the camera over there.
Yeah. So.
Yes.
There you go.
Show them your guns.
Yeah, this body's all natural. It is years and years of just dedication, hard work. You don't wake up in the morning and look in the mirror and say, "Bam, look at this body." You just don't do it.
Diet.
Yes, diet, exercise.
That's the Ethiopian diet, right?
Yes, it is the
meditation.
Yes, yeah, it's the slim fast diet. So
slim really fast.
Yes. So yeah, but I have been accused of juicing it. So.
And I can talk because I brought pictures tonight to prove that I was as skinny.
Yeah,
if not
I saw
worse.
those. I saw them. And see, the funny thing is, when I went to college, and I'll go tell you that when I went to college and played ball, in August my freshman year, we were getting our physicals and everything at Vanderbilt University, and so they had to weigh me and all that stuff and see how tall I was. So I was 6'6", 155.
Oh my gosh.
6'6", 155.
And if anybody remembers Manute Bowl,
Yes. Yeah, I remember Manute Bowl. Well, that was in August. By December of that same year, I was 6'6", 225.
wow.
Yes.
Whoa.
It was called taking in 6,000 to 8,000 calories a day in the gym for 3 hours every single day.
Yeah,
my coach would stay over me and force food down my face. Say, you're going to eat it, you're going to gain weight if you're going to be a forward. And so I was like, I gained a lot of weight, a lot of muscle really quick, and then I got mono and lost every bit of it.
Oh.
Yeah, bummer.
We've got some listener questions. Posted a little thing on Facebook, and some people came in and asked some questions. Let's start off. Bristol Ben. He asked, who would be better in a leopard print bikini, Lori Morgan or the female lead actress from the movie Shooter?
Oh, my. I know exactly who that one came from. Wow, I don't know if I can even.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
You don't have
answer
to
that.
answer.
Okay, good, because I'm not.
I think that was a rhetorical question.
Yeah. We also have one from, I think this is a legitimate one. Troy C. asked, when is Plinky, in quotation
come
marks, going to post a review on a Kimber 22 conversion upper or a Vorkwartsen LLV upper?
Troy, I know I've had your conversion kit and upper now for 2 months. I apologize. I am so sorry. I have not been able to get a cameraman on the Fridays that I shoot. Here very soon, I will make a review with your Kimber upper and your Vorkwartsen upper and your 22 long rifle conversion kit. I have shot both of them. They shoot very nice, and I can't wait to do a review with them, but I need a cameraman.
Just give me a call.
Gotcha.
I got some more free time coming up.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see. You got some celebrity people asking questions.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The Green Giant.
Green Giant.
He asks, did Plinkster eat any corn today?
No, not that I know of. No, did not.
Do you have an affinity with corn?
Corn? No, I can't. I'm trying to keep a straight face right now. I can't do it.
Do you need to call the Green Giant real quick? I think we may need to call this person. I think he needs a...
Hello?
Yes, is this TN Outdoors 9?
Yes.
TN Outdoors 9? It's Plinkster.
You're on the air, 10 Outdoors 9, so don't say anything stupid.
You are on the air.
On the air of what?
Of Talking Lead. So I get some questions asked, and
Wait a minute. It's after 10 o'clock. What's going on? We're talking 10 p.m.
yeah, it's 10 o'clock, and
Plinkster's a little longer-winded than you were when you were on the show.
I give them facts, buddy.
We had to drive a little further too.
Oh, man.
Were you in bed?
No, I'm sitting here doing expense reports.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Man, well, after I get through with this podcast, maybe I can come over or something and just help you with the expense reports, because that sounds like a lot of fun, because I don't need sleep tonight. I'd rather do expense reports.
Are you really recording this?
Yeah,
Yes,
we're really recording this.
I told him this celebrity green giant asked him a question, and all of a sudden he felt the need to call you.
Yeah, it's like, man, that dirty, because after the second corn one, I was like, come on, I know exactly who that's from. I couldn't keep it
Oh,
straight.
man. I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah, it's going to get edited out probably. So
Probably.
we just wanted to call and say hi. You get back to your expense reports.
See if you can't
Can
work
I-
us some ammo
can I
in that
ask a
expense report.
question?
Sure.
All right, you want to ask a question? You want to ask me a question?
No, I think I've already asked you a couple of questions.
So, can I ask you a question?
I don't know. Go ahead.
All right, Gold Dot or Golden Saber in 40 cal?
Gold Dot.
Okay, that's it. That's all I needed to know.
Yeah, I'm actually currently carrying the Gold Dot 165 grain and a Glock 23.
Nice.
Nice,
Yeah.
That's what this is.
nice. Well,
Left hand's carrying the same thing.
yeah,
Who is?
left hand. He's never shot it, but he's carrying it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
He listened when you were on the show.
He has the same holster
Yeah.
that I have.
Actually, I
So,
didn't.
how did you do on your zombie? You still carrying that junk?
I don't know what you're talking about.
His gimmick ammo.
It's on the internet. Everyone knows.
Oh, crud.
Yeah.
You mean this is going to be on the internet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no,
Everywhere.
Yeah.
International.
really?
PBS.
I've never been on the internet before.
That's right. You'll be famous. You'll be picked up by Dianne Feinstein during a Senate Judiciary
Harry
hearing or
Reid.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh, great. Yeah. So when they go try to outlaw 22s, I will be their poster child.
Well, I don't know if you've talked about it on the show, but this thing ain't over yet, guys.
Oh, yeah. That
No,
was one of the first things we
just-
said.
Yeah, we've talked about it. We know it's not over.
No, it's not.
That's how they snuck it in last time.
Amendments.
So, all right, man. Well, you get back to your expense reports and you keep it real. All right.
Yeah, I'll work on that. I appreciate it. Thanks for thinking of me.
Not a problem, man. See
All
you.
right, enjoy your show.
All right. See you, G.
See ya.
Okay.
Bye.
All right, bye.
That was my gangster coming out in me. You got a little gangster, a little redneck gangster.
So we have one more listener question. Greg from Gun Guy Radio, he asks, who is better at basketball, Zeke or 22 Plinkster?
So that's a no-brainer.
I don't know about that one. Let's give him a little history here. So back in the day, way back in the day, Plinkster and I were high school basketball rivals. And we really didn't know it until this year sometime. We ran into each other with our business, and neither one of us wanted to reveal our hidden secret identity. But we started talking guns for about 30 minutes, and it was just kind of like, oh, cool, yeah. And then when Hickok came on, he revealed to me who you actually were, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it clicked. Then come to find out you've played at our rival high school.
Yes, many times.
So you sat the bench when I was playing that.
Yeah, because I was much younger than you because you're an old man.
You sure that's why?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I brought a little something to have a little competition. We got a little Nerf hoop here.
Yeah.
And since you're the guest, as we continue the show,
Okay.
I'll let you do some tricks. We'll play a little horse. So.
All right. You want me to bank it or just...
No, it's
just-
horse.
okay.
You choose the shot. Oh, that was an air ball. That was an air ball.
All right,
I
let
mean,
me
he's
try.
a trick shooter. Oh, wait, you don't get two shots in horse.
Two air balls, man.
So, yeah.
Careful, the range will throw you off because that's really not 30 feet.
At some point, we'll do a YouTube video of real basketball, and we'll go for that.
Better bring your
so
pumps.
yeah, so that's a little back history of Zeke and 22 Plinkster there.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to shoot a little bit throughout the show. This episode is episode number 13. My lucky number, and we're calling the episode Lucky Shots, and we're going to kind of talk about some of the other famous trick shooters that have been around over the years. So let's start off with one of the originals, Wild Bill Hickok. Not necessarily a trick shooter, but he was known for being a good shooter.
Wild Bill Hickok, also known as James Butler Hickok. Looks like he was born around May the 27th, 1837, and he died August 2nd, 1876. Better known as Wild Bill Hickok. He was a folk hero of the American Old West. His skills as a gunfighter and scout, along with his reputation as a lawman, provided the basis for his fame, although some of his reported exploits are fictionalized. Really? You think?
That means not true.
You mean the movies make it
I think
not real?
most of the old Wild West people were highly fictionalized, like Wyatt Earp and all that gang. Born and raised on a farm in rural Illinois, Hickok went west at age 18 as a fugitive from justice.
I thought he lived here in Tennessee. Oh, Wild Bill.
No,
My
wrong
bad.
Hickok.
Wild
okay.
Bill Hickok.
Sorry.
Illinois. So he's a flight from justice.
I was going to say he's a flight attendant.
Flight attendant, yeah. Working on the stagecoach. He was a flight attendant. But he did first work on a stagecoach as a driver before he became a lawman in the frontier territories of Kansas and Nebraska. He fought for the Union Army during the American Civil War and gained publicity after the war as a scout, marksman, actor, and professional gambler. I think they all gambled back in those days, didn't they?
I think that was a requirement.
It was like being a good shot and a gambler. Between his law enforcement duties and gambling, which easily overlapped, Hickok was involved in several notable shootouts. He was shot and killed while playing poker in Deadwood, Dakota Territory, now South Dakota.
Deadwood. There was was it HBO that had that show?
Deadwood? Yeah, it was. So I wonder who killed him? Do we know who his opponent was?
No telling. Somebody that probably
Chuck
said he
Norris.
was cheating.
Chuck
Norris.
Tom Berenger,
There you go.
Jack Bauer.
So there's a little background on Wild Bill Hickok.
Yeah, and let's go forward a few years. We got Annie Oakley, probably one of the most
Famous.
initial trick shooters out there. You've actually done a few of her trick shots, haven't
Yes.
you? Like the mirror over the shoulder stuff.
Mirror. She
and
was famous for using the mirror over her shoulder and also putting out candles.
putting out candles. Have
Putting
you
out
done one of
candles.
those?
I've done 3 or 4 of them.
Nice.
Didn't she also shoot lipstick? Didn't you do some lipstick shots?
Not yet, but you have my attention.
Lipstick shots. Wrong videos.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not me. That's 22 Plinker.
That's what that was.
What about that guy 50 BMG Plunkster?
That guy's a jerk.
He was all worried that you shaved your mullet off.
I know
He
it.
thought it was real.
I don't know what's up with that guy.
That's crazy.
So gullible.
Another one of those trolls.
Trolls.
Anyways, Annie Oakley toured with Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. She could shoot well with all kinds of handguns, rifles, and even shotguns, but she preferred a .22 caliber rifle, like somebody
Imagine
else
that.
sitting right here. Standard tricks of hers included, and these all sound familiar too: cutting a playing card in half with a rifle bullet at long ranges, shooting cigarettes in half while they were held by volunteers. I haven't seen you do that one yet.
Any volunteers?
Maybe we can get Outdoors TN9 to volunteer for that.
Or TN Outdoors 9. Either one of them.
Or what's his name?
TN Outdoors 9.
Or maybe we can get TN Outdoors 9 to volunteer for
I'm
that.
gonna just start calling him TO for short. 10 Outdoors. TO9.
9. We'll call him Niner.
Niner.
Tenor Niner.
Inner Niner.
Tenor Niner.
She also shooting a dime tossed in the air at range of 90 feet.
Did they have dimes back then?
That would be impressive.
Shooting it at a 90-foot
90
range.
feet. That's 30 yards.
I don't even think I could see a dime thrown that high at 30 yards away.
That's one of those, and I'm not calling this person whoever wrote this, that's,
I think that might be one of those fictionalized.
man,
Yeah.
that's, dude, at 30 feet, at 30 yards, a
That's
22
nuts.
Now,
bullet,
90 feet, how many steps for you would that be?
30.
That would be 30
a
steps.
yard a
30 feet.
step.
Yeah, because
So-
you're 6'6", and if you take a step, that's about 3. We're helping some of your naysayers do the math here.
Yeah, well, she can, she also shot a shotgun a lot. And, that may be one of those shotgun things.
It could be because it doesn't say what kind of gun it
Yeah,
was.
it doesn't.
Yeah,
We
because of the
We're just
22.
assuming it was a 22.
At 22 at 30 feet, at 30 yards, she used a lot. What was the rifle that she used? It was a Marlin Model 64, I believe. I think it's a Marlin Model 64 lever action, which she used the majority of her trick shots. I think it's a 64. I don't know. I may be wrong on the model number. But she also did use a 1890 Winchester. I've got an 1890, and the first tribute shot that I did for Annie Oakley was I used an 1890 Winchester pump
Nice.
action. But 90 feet with that,
That's insane.
Yeah, that's just, wow. That would be awesome. Because it'd be hard to group a dime size at 90 feet with the technology that they had back then with the barrels and the ammo and stuff like that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, she was also known for shooting long strings of targets tossed in the air. In one instance, she hit 4,472 out of 5,000 in a single day.
I wish I could shoot
unbelievable.
5,000 rounds in a day.
How much
That'd
would
be
that
awesome.
cost nowadays?
That's a lot.
Well, the price
That'd be
of 22.
pretty expensive nowadays.
Man.
Then we've got, I'd never heard of these, but it was interesting. I'm putting this one in because of what the wife became known later as. It was the Fabulous Topper Wines. It was a husband and wife pair. They were exhibition shooters in the mid-20th century. Adolf, or Ad, began shooting as a boy. He held many positions as a professional exhibition shooter when he married his wife, Elizabeth, who later became known as Plinky.
Pretty common name.
She began to shoot, and she soon became better than her husband's not inconsiderable skills. They were one of the first people that really made famous the shooting things out of people's mouths, whether it be, balloons or cigarettes or any of those. Carrots.
I don't know why in the world I was saying 64. It's the Marlin 39A,
In
which they also make a 39A Golden. I don't know why in the world. I've shot several of them. I've actually done a video using a Marlin 39A shooting dental floss down at 90 feet.
Wow.
But I don't know why. I'm sorry it's late.
You use trick camera shots.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
I did.
You didn't do that.
Don't make me come over as table boy.
And
You
then
wouldn't have to come far with those long arms.
Then we got one of your favorites. You've done a few tribute videos to Bob Munden.
Yes.
Can you talk about him a little bit?
Yes, Bob Munden. In my opinion, Bob Munden was the greatest shot probably ever. There will never be another Bob Munden. A lot of people, I don't know why in the world they do this, compare me to Bob Munden. I'm not even in the same league as Bob Munden. He's known to be the fastest quick draw in the world ever.
Really?
Ever. And just his accuracy from the hip was amazing. He could do, baseball-sized baseball-sized groups from the hip with a 45 Colt from like 30, 40 feet every single time, and just cut out, center section of paper. But he does have some 500, 600, 700-yard revolver shots, popping balloons and stuff. It's just, he's amazing. It was amazing. Unfortunately, he passed away this past December with a heart attack. So,
And you've got one of the more modern known trick shooters, Jerry Michalek. He and his whole family are speed shooters and trick shooters. He's a competition shooting instructor, a speed shooter. He's renowned as one of the fastest revolver shooters in the world. I'm assuming not because Bob Munden was. He was known for emptying a 5-shot revolver in 0.57 seconds.
yes.
In a group the size of playing cards. That's insane. Michalek currently holds 5 world records in exhibition revolver shooting. He's married to Kay Clark Michalek, herself an accomplished shooting, holding numerous national and world titles. And I think even their daughter is a professional shooter now, too.
That's awesome.
It's like a whole family of professional trick shooters.
It's in her DNA.
Yeah, and they've been on that show, Impossible Shots, that comes on Outdoor Network, along with a lot of other new trick shooters that are out there, including part of the Firearms Radio Network, Julie Golub from Gun Girl Radio. Very cool. She's been on that show a few times
That's cool.
doing trick shots. So we don't forget like we did last week and get called out by our guest. EDC check, 22 Plankster. Where are you carrying?
See if you can tell.
Give him a-
Sounds like a Glock.
Not even close.
I think it's an FN.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
whatever.
as good as a Glock. Yeah.
No, H&K P2000 357 SIG.
It's a nice gun. You're carrying a
Black Hawk holster.
Serpa.
Black Hawk.
Sherpa.
Level 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I bought this for my other H&K P2000 in the 40 cal, and of course they fit. It's the exact same frame and everything. I have a crossbreed holster that I bought ordered January the 23rd, and it should have been here today, but more likely be here tomorrow.
Nice.
So I finally did that. I bought the, forgot which one I bought. It's been so long. So, but I'm supposed to be getting that in the mail tomorrow, hopefully.
It's a nice pistol, though.
It is
And
a
you said
nice
it's
pistol.
357 SIG?
357 SIG. I had the 40. I love the 40 so much. I between Hickok and mostly TN Outdoors 9, they sold me on the 357 SIG, just the ballistics off of it and everything. And
Right.
I was at a local gun shop, and they had the P2000 and the 357 SIG, which I didn't even know they made. And I picked it up. I traded something for it and took it home, and it shoots just like my 40.
Awesome.
That 40, man, I'm serious. I've shot a lot of carry pistols. I have several carry pistols, but man, that 40 is just, with the right load, it is dead accurate.
Now, we forgot to ask you earlier when we were talking about how you got into firearms. What was your first gun? First one you shot, and then first gun you bought?
First gun I shot was it was probably my dad's Weatherby. It was during the same time period. It was either that one or a Winchester Model 60 single shot. It's right around the same time period, so I really remember the Weatherby. But the first gun that I bought once I turned 21, this is going to surprise a lot of people, Marlin Model 60, the golden gun. Nice. And the reason why I call it the golden gun is, you can pick them up at Walmart brand new for $180. I found this rifle at a pawn shop locally, and it was when me and my wife first got married. We were dirt poor. I'm talking like dirt poor, and it was our first Christmas together being married, and she was like, find you something for under $50 and Merry Christmas. And so I was like, will you do the same? So
so much deep thought going in.
Yeah, so I was at a pawn shop, and I wanted a .22 rifle because my dad had his .22 rifles, that I grew up with shooting. Me and my wife just got married, so those were Dad's guns, so I didn't take them from him, so I needed a .22. I bought that Marlin Model 60, and I found it in the back of the store, and someone spray painted it gold. The whole thing, the stock, the barrel, everything was gold. And I checked, I checked, a lot of things you check for when buying a used rifle, the crowning of the barrel, make sure that no one boogered it up real bad, make sure the extractor and stuff wasn't broken. And it looked pretty good. So I went home and I took all the gold paint off of it. I reblued it. And
I would think painting it all gold boogers it up.
Oh man, it was ugly too, and a lot of the gold paint was like scratched off. And dude, it was straight up ugly. But it shot really well. I bought it for $40 out the door at that pawn shop. So
you even saved $10.
Yeah, I even saved $10. So I bought back then. I could buy the bulk box of ammo for $10. So
the golden gun. That's awesome. Left hand, your ADC check. What you got?
I got the standard. Well, actually, not the standard. I'm still carrying the Glock 23, and I got the Walther PPS on my ankle. And did you have a blade? Do you carry a blade, Plinkster? You blading it?
He's flexing those juiced up arms.
No, I don't. I don't carry knives that often. I used to, and then I would start losing them, so I quit carrying them. So I got tired of paying $100. Or
they have these great things that are called clips that you can kind of clip it on.
But see, they would always clip onto my seatbelt or something when I pull it over, and I take my seatbelt off and I go flying out of my truck or something. So I never. I don't carry a knife that often. I carry guns all the time, but I don't carry a knife. So if I need to cut a rope, I just shoot it.
Tool Logic. Flashlight, flint for fire starting.
Flint, fire starting. And the, I knew that was coming.
Right, whistle.
I've got pretty much the same thing I had last week. I've got the Glock 19, which 10 Outdoors 9, it has Spirit gold dots in it. Actually, it has Spirit gold dots in it thanks to Plinkster. He saw that I had some crappy ammo in it. He said, here, just trade me.
Zombie ammo?
No, I didn't have zombie. I can't remember what it was I had in there.
It's Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, because I just got back from the range.
Yeah, it's Full Metal. I looked at him like, no.
Yeah. So he said, just trade me those.
He said, well, I can't find any 9mm self-defense rounds.
Nothing wrong with Full Metal Jacket ammo.
If you can't find it. But I got some Spirit gold.
I'd rather carry Full Metal Jacket ammo than nothing. So,
exactly.
Than a sharp stick.
I mean, you're still going to put somebody down with Full Metal Jacket.
And I've gotten into wearing my cowboy boots again, so I've got a little 357 Taurus 605 stuffed in the cowboy boot and a little holster down there. So we got some trivia this week. This week we're going to utilize Plinkster's YouTube channel. He did a tribute to Bob Munden after Bob Munden passed away. You've only done one tribute since he passed away, right?
Since he's passed away, yes. Okay. I've done probably 3 other ones before. But
what was the trick shot he did in that video in the tribute to Bob Munden? And
what color was his shirt?
I think it's
always the same color.
You wear the same shirt in all your videos?
Yeah, it's kind of like what
do. You wash it?
Sometimes.
Do you wear different hats?
No, same hat. Well,
same hat.
This was the hat from last year. I'm giving away.
There you go. And he just said he's giving away a hat.
Yes.
autographed.
Yes, my hat.
So the winner,
my Mid-South Shooter Supply hat that I wore.
the winner of the trivia question is going to get your autographed hat.
Yep.
Autographed card that he split. Was that from the hostage shot?
Yes.
Hold those up to the camera there.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last card split shot that I did, the hostage shot. This is actually the.
Did you autograph that too?
No, but I will. I'll get a Sharpie here. I'll autograph this and send that also.
So those two things.
And
We got a third thing, a autographed box of Tic Tacs. You know what? Give us each one, and we'll all three autograph that box of Tic Tacs. That'd be pretty cool.
Tic Tac.
Oh, thank you.
They keep your breath minty
Trying
fresh.
to tell me something?
Yep, and you can see in the video that we're
It's not
actually eating
sweaty, is it?
Tic Tac.
Yeah. So, I only have one video of me shooting a Tic Tac. So a lot of it, I do a lot of drug abusing on my channel where I shoot aspirin. So they're labeled. I actually posted my drug abuse number 6
Really?
today. So I've done 6 drug abusing trick shots.
Can you tell us what it was?
And for our listeners, that is the only acceptable
Drug abuse.
Yes.
drug abuse there is that exists.
That's if you shoot it. That's correct.
The way he abuses it.
Yes, I
Right.
shoot aspirin, so I label it drug abuse. I can't actually take full credit for that. One of my buddies actually gave it that title, and I just ran with it. So,
It works.
oh yeah. Sorry, it's late. What time is it?
10:40.
Yeah. I posted
Somebody
a
ought to
video
drive me
today
home.
of my tribute to Easter, where I shot a aspirin off of a egg. A regular egg.
Not
off the
hard-boiled?
Not hard-boiled. Regular egg. Straight
And
out of
didn't
the
break
carton.
the egg?
Did not break the egg from about 20 to 30 feet.
And how many shots did it take you?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember that because I was on my 3rd or 4th egg, and sometimes, but I hit the aspirin 2 other times before, but also when it blew up, it broke
Blew
the
the
egg
egg.
too. So I don't know, probably 8, 9, something like that.
So how did you balance the Tic Tac on the egg?
Well, I didn't shoot Tic Tac, I took aspirin.
Oh, an aspirin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a bottle cap. Like
Did
off
you
of
do
a
the
2 liter?
Did you do it on the very thin edge, or did you do it on the
No,
broad
I laid
edge?
it down flat.
On the broad edge of the aspirin.
Yeah, I don't stand them up because that's too big of a target.
I was going to say that's even
Ooh.
harder. Yeah.
Yeah. That all mine are they're sitting down like that because it's harder.
So you just got to actually just barely nick the top of it with the bottom of the
You could
bullet.
Well,
only
actually-
shoot a basketball as well as you shoot a 22. That would be so.
Yeah, I'm learning how to do that. So yeah, it just put me through college. What do I know? No, they had. Anyways, I put it on its edge and stuff because it's harder. But I could not aim. I think the reason why I was busting because I was hitting the top of the aspirin, and when I was hitting the top, it would force it down.
The fragments were
crack
cracking the egg.
So I started aiming at the edge of it.
So
I
you
hit
went
the
in,
edge
you
of it.
bowled one, and
No. And actually cracking on the video right after I shot it, shot the aspirin. I took the egg, showed it to the camera, it wasn't cracked, and I cracked it right there, showed it was a real egg. So
Nice.
yeah, so that was
That's an
drug
amazing
abuse
shot.
number 6. So
So
even
check
more
that
impressive.
out on the videos, the YouTube channel, 22 Plinkster. We do this thing every week, Plinkster, and it is time for
Facts to fight the myths.
Plinkster. We are
And the crickets
going to let you do the honors of being our first fact to fight the myth for tonight.
all right, some people say that a bullet, once it hits water, it just disintegrates. It will not skip off of water, and that is a myth. I have 3 or 4 videos of me skipping bullets across the water, hitting targets on the other side. So,
Just like rocks.
yeah, because I was always taught when I was younger, once that bullet hit. Well, I wasn't talking to my dad.
fragment.
My dad told me otherwise later, of course.
Right.
But my friends and stuff are like, no, once it hits that water splash, that bullet just goes down in the water. No, it skips. And there was about 20 years ago, there was somebody killed locally, a young boy that they were turtle hunting, and there was a turtle came up. One boy shot, and the bullet skipped, went on the other side of the pond and hit him and killed him. So.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's actually a true story. So anytime you shoot water, whether it be with a 22 or any kind of rifle, that bullet does not go in the water unless you're shooting straight down in the water. It's skipping. It's going somewhere.
Another good point is you're out shooting with someone. Make sure that you're not shooting opposite of one another.
Yes, that's very good safety tip.
Yeah.
My myth for the week has to do with accuracy of a firearm. Can apply to trick shooting a little bit. The myth is a freshly cleaned firearm is a more accurate firearm. And that is a myth because Typically, when you zero a gun, you've been shooting a few times, and you're zeroing it in with a little bit of the foulings in the barrel. This is one of the only single instances where a little bit of dirt in the barrel might do a good thing. One of the factors necessary for consistent shot placement has to do with consistency of the bore, and if you fire through a clean bore, it will almost always impact at a different point than the shots that follow that first shot. So the first shot is often the most important when you take it in a hunting situation or trick shooting situation in your case. So you don't ever want to clean your gun and then go want to have an accurate shot. The variation from a shot can be from an inch all the way up to 3 or 4 inches at 100 yards. So if you never shoot past 50 yards, it's not a big deal. It's not a big concern. But if you find yourself trying to pull off a shot for a record buck or bighorn ram on a once-in-a-lifetime hunt at 400 or 500 yards, it could probably be a big deal.
Yep.
Really mess you up. So remove all the variables that you can and send a round down the barrel first, or just not clean it after you zero it in, and then go out shooting after that.
I do that every single time I get through shooting. I clean the bore. I spray some bore cleaner in there, let it soak for a little while, run the bore snake through it, and then the next time I go shoot, I put 2 magazines through it, and then make sure I'm still zeroed in to where I need to shoot.
Yep.
So,
What's your favorite smelling bore cleaner?
Hoppies.
That's a legitimate question, because we had a listener that his wife didn't like that, and he used Hoppies, right?
Yeah.
Was it Hoppies?
Oh, they need to make a Hoppies cologne.
That's what I said.
Oh, well, we all said
That's
that.
what
Yeah,
I
we
said. I
dashed
love
it on
the
our
smell of it.
Oh man, that is
He was
that
wanting to know if there was
WD-40.
any lemon fresh.
No, not that I know of. You know, Ballistol has its own little smell to
Smell,
it. It's funny when I go over to Hickok's house, man. As soon as you step out of the vehicle, it's Ballistol.
Outside?
Outside.
Wow.
I'm talking, he has saturated the compound in Ballistol. I'm talking, that's the first thing you smell. Every time I get out, I'm like, man, I don't know if he's clean. I said, you clean any guns? No, I haven't cleaned any in about 2 or 3 days. I'm like, man, I still smell the Ballistol. He puts that stuff on everywhere, on his motorcycle, everything. I'm sure he cleans his motorcycle with Ballistol. That's so awesome.
That is awesome. True gun lover. So, Left Hand, what's your facts to fight the myth this week?
This week, my fact to fight the myth is stainless guns require less maintenance. They require just as much, if not more, than your normal guns. And a lot of the guns that say they're stainless aren't really stainless. So you've got to keep an eye on those. If you've got those stainless guns out there, you want to keep those things nice and clean, even though they might be more accurate if they're dirty, according to Zeke.
Not too dirty, though.
The whole purpose in keeping them clean is to prevent the rust and whatnot. So keep those stainless guns clean.
May take them a little longer to rust, but they'll still.
Yeah.
They're still going to rust. Yeah. You got to keep your eye on them. But if you maintain them just like you do your blued guns, then you'll be fine.
Hey, we had another Canadian podcast give us a shout out on the show this week. It's really cool.
Some more Canucks.
Yeah.
Some more hosers.
It was the Warriors Ethos show.
Hey.
Warriors Ethos.
Yeah.
What's an ethos?
It's like a
bird?
Philosophy. No, like a philosophy, a mindset, a bird. Ethos.
That'd be
The Warriors
pterodactyl.
bird.
I know what an ethos is. I was just giving them a hard time.
But they gave us some very kind words, and I listened to their show. It was a pretty good show. I talked about prepping and stuff like that, which we'll probably do at some point. Do a prepper show. Very cool. Thanks to the Warriors Ethos radio show.
Thanks, Bros.
Before we leave, do you got anything you want to plug, Plinkster?
Yeah, I've actually have a couple of things. One is any Top Shot fans out there. Season 3, Dustin Ellerman is.
This guy right here is a Top Shot fan.
Are you a Top Shot fan?
I love Top Shot.
Oh man,
yeah.
I love that show.
Of course, I catch it after the season's
After
already
the
done.
season goes on Netflix. Yeah,
It's a Netflix.
so
Love it.
I won't tell you who won season 3.
Okay, don't tell me.
Season 3 champion Dustin Ellerman is
know
actually
who
coming
that
to
is.
Middle Tennessee and speaking at my church. So if you need tickets or want tickets, The deadline is next week. So you can send me, a request on Facebook. Just go to Facebook, type in 22 Plinkster, like me on Facebook, and shoot me a message there. You could email me at 22plinkster@gmail.com, and I can send you some information about purchasing those tickets. They're $20 a piece, and that also includes their meal. So he's going to be speaking at my church for probably about an hour and a half, and then we're going.
Where's he from?
He's actually from Texas.
He's from Texas.
So he's from Texas. He is just an awesome guy, gun-loving guy. So
one of those seasons, a guy from Tennessee won it.
Yeah,
from Franklin. He was from Franklin, actually.
Chris Reed. Chris Reed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you ever meet him?
No, I did not. I've never met Chris.
Never met him. He seems like a pretty cool guy.
Yeah. So, but you can, send me a message on Facebook or you can tweet me and whatever. So do Twitter
to get tickets.
Yeah, to get tickets. So, like I said, the deadline is next week, and we're only seating 200 people.
Nice.
So, and we're having a barbecue dinner afterwards. So the barbecue alone is going to be worth $20, man.
I think you hook a couple of guys like me and Zeke up with some
He's
tickets.
already bought tickets.
Oh, you already bought my ticket.
Yeah, I got my wife. It's going to be date night. Mrs. Zeke.
I have some
Zeke and I
tickets
will be
on
there.
me right now if you would like to purchase them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You should have told me that.
So,
I've been known to pick a few pockets. So.
Really?
That's how I got my nickname, Left Hand.
Really?
No, not really.
It's top secret. We're not supposed to reveal how
Not
we became
really.
left hand.
I'd trade you 4 tickets for that Glock.
4?
Yeah. But
Really?
but I know you'd be
I was
ripping
going to
me
give it to you
off.
for 2.
Huh?
$80.
I'm going to give it to you for 2.
I may give you 1 ticket for the Glock.
Blinkster's not a Glock fan.
It's not that
if
I'm not a
anybody knows.
Glock fan. It's just I'm an H&K fan.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
now Glocks are
You
great
probably
firearms.
feel the same way I do about H&Ks.
Uh-oh. And the battle begins.
Anytime you
I
want to
just
come over
wanna
to the
stir the
range,
pot.
anytime you want to come over to the range, take 5 shots, 30
Dude, you
feet.
can beat me with a slingshot. What are you talking about?
No, I'll let you shoot my H&K and I'll let you shoot your Glock.
Oh, to see which one I like better?
See which
I
one
may
you're
do
more
that.
accurate with.
I may do that.
Because the accuracy alone, it's just unbelievable.
Because I haven't shot an H&K.
I hit, and this is before I started doing YouTube stuff, I actually hit something about the size of a softball at 175 yards, one shot with my 40.
Wow.
With that one right there?
With my 40, just like this, P2000.
Are they all double action like that?
Well, this is the non-LEM, so meaning that, the LEM model is just strictly that. Okay, it's a little bit lighter trigger pull, but it's strictly double action. Okay, with this, it's double than single. So this is the non-LEM, non-law enforcement model. So, but a lot of your federal agents carried the P2000 and 40 for years. Some of them still do it.
Other stuff you wanted to plug?
Yeah, I haven't announced it on YouTube or anything. I've kind of kept that off, but I announced it on my Facebook page today that I'm going to be taking a break from YouTube.
A break?
A break. Yes, I've been doing this for about 15 months now, and if you've never done it, had a channel or anything like that on YouTube, you really can't understand, I guess, the stress that it can put upon you.
Yeah. I've seen that with several YouTube channel people. They'll get on there and you can tell they're getting kind of a little tired, a little burned out, and then they just, hey, look, I'm going to take a break. So it's not uncommon.
No, it's not. But see, the sad thing is, a lot of them never come back. And there's been a lot of good channels that never came back to it. Just because, honestly, I get between 200 and 500 emails every day of my life.
Wow.
And, those are subscribers or personal messages or subscriptions and things of that nature. And I do look at all the comments, and I do read all the emails and the direct messages. I may not answer to all of them, but I read every single one of them. And between just answering emails and then thinking of ideas constantly of what to do, and then my Fridays that I have off, I'm pretty much editing video. I'm thinking of ideas to do. I'm setting up props to shoot at and things of that nature. Checking the Facebook, checking the Twitter messages.
He said Tweeter, too.
Twitter. So
That's what I call it.
Say Twitter. And just between doing all of that stuff, it takes up 40 hours of my week. Every week, and I work a full-time job, which I work 50 hours a week.
We feel you, brother.
It's just gotten to a point that I want to continue to do it, and before I get burnt out on it, I need to step away and look at my priorities a little bit better, start putting other things before YouTube, my family being one of those, because I get home and see the kids and stuff, and I'm checking emails, and I'm doing this and that, and that's not going to fly anymore. So I've just got to sit back and just reprioritize and get a game plan of stuff I want to do. Now, I don't know how long it's going to last, probably a couple weeks, a couple months at the most. I've got some really, really, really big stuff coming up on YouTube. I can't say anything. I can't mention anything.
No, give me spoilers here.
I know.
He's going to come back with a big bang.
No, it's going to be probably not the next video I do. Today was probably the last video that's going to be for a while, probably at least 3 weeks, because usually I at least upload 1 a week, sometimes 2 a week. It's going to be my number one request of what people want me to do, and
cool.
So, and that's what I'm.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be coming back with. If everything goes correctly like it is so far, it's going to totally change my channel. Totally change it.
Cool.
And maybe your first video back could be something we discussed a few months ago when you got a taped up box of 22 and a couple other boxes of 22, and there's going to be like this tribute that was going to be done to somebody.
Yeah, tribute to Talking Lead.
Oh, yeah. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
See, I did a tribute with the other podcast that I was on.
Yeah.
Give me a trick shot idea.
Well, you and I discussed, like, I'll find you an old microphone. You can fill it with the Tannerite. Just blow the mic up.
I don't know how challenging that would be, but
yeah, we'll come up with something cool.
So I can do something like cut a swinging microphone or something, like cut the cord.
Hit the cord or something like that.
So
cut the cord from a high distance, and then shoot a thing of Tannerite right where it drops that blows up the mic.
See, now you're like some of my subscribers. They're like,
I want to see a bank shot with a bullet.
A bank shot.
Like a ricochet shot?
Well, kind of recreate our bullets that are flying. You know, we've got the bullets that are going in opposite directions, where you shoot one and then it bounces back and comes the other direction.
Wow.
Did you do
I
that?
took physics in college, but I don't think I could help you with that one.
No, I doubt I can't do that. Probably not.
You don't think so?
No, probably not. I'm not even sure I'm following you.
A ricochet bullet and make it go back the way it came?
I'm going to be back the way it came. I don't want it to come back the way it came. Yeah, I've been trying
for a trick
I've been
shot.
trying to find a mannequin for a long time to do a trick shot with.
If anybody listening has a mannequin at their house, first of all, that's weird.
That is
But
weird.
second of all, if you'd like to give it up, contact us. We'll get the mannequin to Plinkster.
Yeah, there's a couple of trick shots I want to do with the mannequin.
I think we'd probably turn up a mannequin.
Yeah,
we probably know somebody who works in a department store.
Yeah.
Sure.
It doesn't have to have arms or anything. I just need the torso and the head.
Nice.
That's all I
Kind
need.
of like the Mythbusters Buster.
Yeah.
And we'll have like a contest to come up with a name for it and everything.
There you go.
Sweet.
Awesome.
And then Bernie, like on Barney 5. Hey, Bernie.
Well, thanks for listening again, Plinkster. Thanks for coming in.
And had a fun time.
Everybody check out his YouTube channel, just 22 Plinkster, the number 22 and the word Plinkster put together. Also on Facebook. It's
Facebook,
just 22 Plinkster.
www.facebook.com/22Plinkster. And Twitter's the same way.
Tweeter.
also.
Only Tweeter.
Tweeter.
Don't forget to check out our other shows from the Firearms Radio Network. Shows like Gun Guy Radio, Gun Girl Podcast, This Week in Guns, which we've been on a couple times. AR-15 Podcast.
The Road Guy.
We didn't give him a shout out last time. We do have a new member of the Firearms Radio Network. It's Student of the Gun Radio.
I thought I did.
I think you mentioned it, but I wanted to mention that he's new. Welcome to the Firearms Radio
absolutely.
Network.
Yeah,
with
if we
us.
forgot you, sorry, bro.
He's got a pretty big YouTube channel. I don't know if you've ever seen it. You Student of the Gun?
I've heard of it, yes.
I don't know how big it is, but he started a podcast with her.
He's just starting up.
Yep. So welcome
Give him some love.
And that's www.firearmsradio.tv. Don't forget to leave those reviews on iTunes. Get that ranking up.
And our Facebook.
And our Facebook. Same thing.
Comment on our posts that we have there, too. Good, bad, or indifferent. We'd like to hear from you.
You can follow us on Twitter at Talking Lead. And you can send all your feedback to talkingled@gmail.com also.
And isn't next week our
Next week is
beauty
the week.
contest?
The AR Beauty Contest. We are crossing our fingers that someone
got any
across
ARs,
the table
Plinkster?
from us is...
Do I have any ARs?
You got any ARs?
Yeah.
What kind of question's that?
You want to submit them into our... I mean, you could be like honorary because the deadline's already passed.
Well, he may end up being a judge, maybe.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you
I've
wouldn't
got a Remington R15 that I've got decked out pretty good.
Purdy.
Saw an R25 the other day.
Really?
Yeah, the 308.
Yeah. I've got a DPMS AR-10 also.
That's the
308.
camo one, right?
No, that's the black one, and
Okay.
it's match barrel, match trigger. 26-inch barrel, fluted crown,
Right.
26 powered scope on it. And it has never fired factory ammo. Only hand loads through it.
Nice.
So, and it's my 1,000-yard, one of my 1,000-yard guns, and of course my AR-15, my Remington, it's got the Leopolds on, Surefire flashlight, green lasers, bipod. It's got the whole 9 yards.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
yeah.
We'll talk about it
You
next
post some pictures of it on our Facebook.
Okay.
People would like to see those.
And don't forget about our website where you can go and buy Talking Lead merchandise. Just go to www.talkingled.com and
Swag.
go to the store.
Talking like
And
swag.
the link will be there. Some really cool stuff in there. And once again, left hand, as always, keep your loved ones close.
And your firearms closer.